Welcome to my channel. King of Quotes. William Shakespeare. In the heart of England, more than 450 years ago, a child was born, a child whose words would echo across centuries. This is the story of William Shakespeare, the man behind the masterpieces, the poet of passion, the playwright of power. Let's take a journey through his life, from his birth to his eternal legacy. Birth and early life. William Shakespeare was born on April 23, 1564, in Stratford-upon-Avon, a charming market town in Warwickshire, England. He was baptized 3 days later, on April 26, in the local Holy Trinity Church, a tradition that marked the beginning of his story. William's father, John Shakespeare, was a glovemaker by profession and a respected businessman in Stratford. He was also active in local politics and served as an alderman and even mayor. His mother, Mary Arden, came from a wealthy and well-connected farming family. She brought both land and status into the Shakespeare household. William was the third of 8 siblings, though not all of them survived infancy. Life in 16th-century England was harsh, but young William grew up in a family of ambition and respect. Childhood and education. Shakespeare's early years were spent in the lively streets of Stratford, a town filled with traders, fairs, and stories. He likely attended the King's New School, a reputable grammar school in Stratford. There, he would have studied Latin grammar, classical literature, rhetoric, and religious texts, a strong foundation for a future writer. Though there's no record of him attending university, Shakespeare's later works show deep knowledge of history, politics, and human nature, proof that education isn't always earned within walls. Marriage and family life. At the age of 18, William Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway, a woman 8 years his senior. Their marriage license was granted quickly, possibly because Anne was already pregnant. They had 3 children: Susanna, and later, twins named Hamnet and Judith. Sadly, Hamnet, Shakespeare's only son, died at the age of 11, a tragedy that may have deeply affected him and possibly influenced his later works. The move to London and theatrical career. Sometime in the late 1580s or early 1590s, Shakespeare left Stratford for London, likely in search of work and opportunity. London was bustling with energy, and the theatre scene was booming. By 1592, Shakespeare had already made a name for himself as both an actor and a playwright. He became involved with a theatrical company known as the Lord Chamberlain's Men, which later became the King's Men under King James I. The Globe Theatre and major plays. In 1599, Shakespeare and his partners built the iconic Globe Theatre on the south bank of the River Thames. This would-know, as he called it, became home to many of his greatest plays. Some of his most famous tragedies include Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, Macbeth. His comedies like A Midsummer Night's Dream, Much Ado About Nothing, and Twelfth Night are still performed today. And his historical plays, like Henry V and Richard III, show his deep interest in English politics and legacy. Poetry and sonnets. During the plague years when theaters were closed, Shakespeare turned to poetry. His 2 narrative poems, Venus and Adonis and The Rape of Lucrece, were widely popular. He also wrote 154 sonnets, each exploring themes of love, time, beauty, and mortality, many of which are still quoted today. Return to Stratford and final years. In his later years, Shakespeare began to slow down. He returned to Stratford-upon-Avon, where he lived in a large house called New Place. He continued to write, possibly in collaboration with younger playwrights, but spent more time with his family. Death and legacy. William Shakespeare died on April 23, 1616, at the age of 52, the same date as his birth, according to tradition. He was buried in the chancel of Holy Trinity Church in Stratford, where his grave still lies today. His epitaph warns, "Blessed be the man that spares these stones, and cursed be he that moves my bones." More than 4 centuries later, his works continue to be read, performed, and studied around the world. Closing message. William Shakespeare was more than just a writer. He was a mirror to the human soul, capturing love, ambition, jealousy, power, madness, and hope in words we still repeat today. If you enjoyed this journey through his life, do consider liking the video, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and subscribing to the channel. I may not have many subscribers yet, just kind viewers like you, but even one kind soul choosing to subscribe would feel like a huge blessing to me. Thank you for watching. And remember, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players, performing arts.